Okay, so this is tonight's campsite at Eketahuna, Kiwi capital apparently, Kiwi country, and $7 a night for this. So just got off the ferry this afternoon, well late this morning, so I'm back on the North Island and stayed in Picton last night, and it was well, I was up at 7, I was down at the ferry port for 12:30 and started loading at 8. It left at 9, got in at 12:30, something like that. So yeah, back on the North Island, heading north a bit, and I've done, well, it's 4 o'clock, so I've done a few hours, but stopped a couple of times along the way, and just going to head up the east coast a little bit, see where I get to. There's a bike race on the weekend, so I'm going to get there, so just kind of winding my way up there really, see how we get on. So yeah, South Island done, which was utterly amazing, and I can heartily recommend the whole of New Zealand, but the South Island is especially wonderful. So there we go. So this is it's got a camp kitchen, it's got toilets and showers and everything else for $7 a night, which is £3 odd. So there you go. So just thought I'd have a little walk around where I'm camped. There's a lovely little grassy path which runs up to a river that's got a sign saying historic swing bridge, but there's just a concrete support left, so not that historic, made of concrete. So this is just a little, like I say, little grassy path. This is Kiwi country, I don't know if I mentioned that before. This is Kiwi country, so keeping a look out for little flightless birds. It's a bit unlikely, but hey, you never know your luck. So it's a really peaceful place actually to camp. So really lovely little place. There is a road nearby, but that'll go quiet later on, I'm sure, like most roads in New Zealand do. So until then, there'll be the sound of the cicadas and camping in the countryside. So I have to cook myself some chicken for tea. So I'm going to wander back, have a bottle of wine and chill out for the rest of the evening, because I've got such a hard life. So this is the river down there. Lots of wildflowers and climbing ivies and big ferns and all kinds of stuff going on. Bees buzzing, cicadas chirping. And views like that. Can't be bad, huh? So, like I said, New Zealand is just a wonderful, wonderful place. Talking to a couple on the boat today. She was originally from England, actually from Chesterfield, where I was born. Moved out here, well, family moved out here when she was, I think 4 or 5, she said. I've lived here ever since. I went back to England and was happy to get back to New Zealand. I can completely understand why, to be honest. Of all the places you might choose to live in the world, this is about as close as it gets to just an ideal. If you're at all into living in the countryside and enjoy the wild and even remote, you could choose. You could live in a town where there's all modern conveniences. You can live on the edge of towns where people seem to have lots and lots of space. You could live out in the countryside, a little town like this one is. You know, an hour or so's drive from a major town and have all the space you'd ever need. You could live in a remote area where you're cut off from the world and you've got the whole of your own little world to yourself. The choice is utterly your own to make in this fabulous country. It's sort of, you know, I don't know, I guess it's how I imagine perhaps England was probably before I was born. Get away from the industrial areas. Obviously the flora and fauna is a little more exotic, but it's got a good feeling about it. That is, I'm sounding like an advertisement to come and live in New Zealand now, but that is really what it feels like, to be honest. Anyway, sure everyone's getting bored of me talking about how good New Zealand is. But all the places I've visited, it is really the place that's kind of struck a chord. And there's lots of places I've liked and loved and would like to revisit and go back to, but still, tea time. Okay, so as you can probably tell, it's raining. This is Manganuki Gorge and it's just gorgeous. An amazing place. Been travelling through this for the last hour. It's raining pretty heavy, but I've already got wet stopping to take photos. And it's just eased off a bit, so here we are, heading from Gisborne up to the sort of north edge of this coast, and just keep stopping to take pictures at the moment, so not much going on. But fantastic road. Waterfalls, obviously a lot of rain at the moment, so there's plenty of waterfalls going on. Clouds up in the hills. Twisty turny road. It'd be a fantastic road to ride on a dry day. And the scenery is just stunning, as usual. So there you go. More to come, I suppose. Well, on the east coast, I suppose, fairly well south of the North Island. sun's up a bit today. Bit of sea spray coming in, you can see both ways. It's happening here, but you can't see close and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, yeah, wow. Just come through the gorge from Gisborough. Gisborough, that's not right, is it? I don't know. Anyway, come through the gorge from sort of south to the north side of the North Island. No, from the south. Oh, I don't know. Whatever. I give up. Should have given up a long time ago. Anyway, this is kind of just this road's kind of along here. Just having a look at the beach like I do